Oh, yeah, and it is the red pill news for you today, tonight, tomorrow, yesterday, wherever the hell you are. I don't know. I just know that we are at a tipping point in this world, and not just from people and their stupidity, and you can't fix stupid, of course, not just from COVID, not just from that, but I mean, I'm feeling something way bigger, man. Oh my God, I don't know. It's not a good feeling. I want to feel good stuff for a change. What the hell happened to that, man? You know what I mean? I feel shortchanged with this this situation going on. Shortchanged. That's why I like reading about celebrities who are suffering, man, because it's not just me. I'm not a celebrity, and I'm not wealthy, and I don't have mansions and whatever, man. I think that pollutes people. Not that I would say no to it. By the way, because it is. You know what? I don't know about the mansion thing. That's not my style. I don't like big, cavernous. I like being stealthy. I like knowing who's around. And to me, the view is more important than the space, basically. But of course, you want a nice master suite. You want to have like a nice kitchen area to cook. You want to have like an area to chill, like a living room type of media room, game room. I don't think people need game rooms anymore, man. Whatever to your liking, right? But me personally, I don't need a huge space, man. Maybe a teepee. Go on top of one of those bluffs in New Mexico and like kind of like make manufacture fortune cookies and put all kinds of weird wisdom inside. Yeah, that's where I'm at today. Where are you at today? So yeah, I'm a cron. Everybody's buzzing about that. It's the latest virus. They should just call it the latest virus, whatever pops up. I mean, it kind of is how it is. Now, I'm watching, I watch a lot of British news, and it's kind of weird because they can deliver the most terrible news and kind of just say it in a pleasant way where you're not really like, you're like, how really? First days the apocalypse is on. Really? And they go into like a story about soccer. Oh, you Manchester United. Like, Then they go, have this like the world is melting down, and they'll sit down for like 35 minutes with a dude of one of the footballers, talk about how happy he is to be there in England, man. That's cool. I like it. And I think that English people, you see, I watch movies like 28 Days Later and then 28 Weeks Later, of course, which centers in England. And you know how those infected monkeys messed up their whole society, man. That's what I'm seeing now. I'm seeing that. And Boris Johnson, he's like he's like Trump's cousin. I don't know. I don't know. He's not related to Trump, but he's very Trump-esque. If you were in the lab creating Trump-esque type of creatures, he definitely would be in the lineup. You know what I mean? So then, their whole thing is it going to cancel Christmas? Christmas. That's like all they freaking talk about, man. I mean, people like their Christmas and whatever. And here in the United States, of course, just like England, we have all kinds of whatevers. It's Hanukkah concurrently, right? They're lighting the candles. That's fine. Is it going to cancel Christmas? So but think about it. Christmas is the big holiday where people are urged to spend. It's really at a terrible place because the end of the year, your taxes are due, your bills are due, all the stuff, insurance and everything is all kind of transitioning, and then you plop a big dollar holiday right in the middle of the mix. And then it's Christmas cancer from COVID. It's COVID Christmas. These people just sound like they sound like little kids. Stop it. Grow up. Stop it. Stop it. You go to cancel Chris. Shut up. About your Christmas. What about your Christmas goose? I got news for you. Your Christmas is going to be in quarantine along with your goose. How's that? You can take that, your Christmas pudding, and get that out of here. They need some real leadership there, man. And I volunteer. If England wants, I'll take over, man. Boris Johnson's ineffectual. And it seems like they don't care who they elect. So you may as well put me in there. You know what I mean? You could make a worse choice. I would do a good job for you. I wouldn't be yakking about Christmas gooses. Maybe. If it was funny. But really, I don't know. I think that the whole world's got a problem with not only Omicron. Omicron's the latest, off of this whole thing. This COVID is not some run of the mill, naturally born type of thing. It came from somewhere intended and it's going somewhere intended. Let me say it like this, right? When I first got into like cybersecurity, and even going back when I was in school for cybersecurity, right? And it's all about stopping people from hacking in, basically, And so, but there are programs out there that can run code like crazy, and military uses, FBI have it. They're all code crackers, encryption experts, and all that, right? And they could, basically get into people's systems, except those pesky iPhones for some reason. they can't they can't crack the iPhone. They can. They just need permission. You know what it is? Well, they brag that they can now. So nothing is really safe. So at that point, what is safe and what is not safe? It really comes down to, all right, my analogy, which I was kind of going off. I was going off on. I do that sometimes. Sometimes going down the highway, and there's a little path off on the right, and I ended up just trotting on down that path. I'm thinking of the story I'm going to read about Kanye West and how he's melting down in front of the world, and I love it. I love it, Kanye. I eat popcorn to your pain. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's why they're there. That's why they're there as entertainers, and they're to wear their emotions on their sleeves. So, so back to my stupid analogy. So it really comes down to how if you want to crack code, you keep testing, testing, testing defenses. That's what COVID is doing. It's creating mutations. It's testing, testing, testing our defenses. So, you know, now it's saying they're, just the latest news, latest today. What are they saying? That the research that they're doing in South Africa on this the Omicron is that it can reinfect people as far as they know so far, and also waltz past the vaccine. So what does that mean for you? And they say the symptoms aren't as bad. Well, that's good. But what is aren't as bad compared to what it is now, compared to if it's going to jam hospitals up and affect, and put in effect long term care for people because they have pre existing conditions and all that. So then you have a large amount of people out there not vaccinated, and they've dug their heels in, and it's difficult to convince them to be part of the solution. So anyway, whatever, man. It's like that. So Kanye West, so they broke up. They were married, right? He was married, wasn't he? Married to Kim Kardashian, right? His estranged wife. Are they still married? They didn't get a divorce, and she's dating some dude. He's the guy from Saturday Night Live. He looks like he's strung out on dope all the time. He's got that kind of face and those like I don't know. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying that's his appearance. I'm sorry that he looks like that. So Kanye. Now I don't know anything about Kanye. I know for him because of because of because of. He's not even afraid of his music. I couldn't name one of his songs. I know he is a rapper. He's done music and whatever. That's cool. That's fine. Obviously, he's got a name. Obviously, people out there like him. He pulls a lot of stunts. I guess these guys need to pull stunts, girls too, to stay relevant. So anyway, all right, forget it. Kanye West owns up to past mistakes, says he wants his family back together. And past mistakes, I've made a few. I slap your butt and call you honey boo. So that could be a good rapper, man. I put just that right there. That's copyrighted right there. United Public Radio Network copyright. Kanye West's latest attempt at winning back his estranged wife, Kim Kardashian, involved a lengthy public prayer shared to his Instagram on Thanksgiving Day. It's the praying thing. Praying doesn't work. Just to let you know. that I've never seen it work. Hoping too is loser talk. You gotta either make things happen or not. All I think about every day is how I get my family. Oh, I gotta say it like him. I mean, how does he even talk? I've never even heard him talk because he kind of like, I don't know. I've seen him a lot, so I'll just say it. All I think about every day is how I get my family back together and how I heal the pain that I've caused. The rapper who now goes by Yee admitted he changed his name to Yee. When the hell did that happen? Am I saying it right? Yee. I take accountability for my actions. The 5 minute video, 5 minutes of him apologizing. I'll have 5 minutes. This 5 minute blue pill video featured what appeared to be a choir singing as Yee candidly spoke about his past mistakes with Kardashian. 41 admit their ongoing divorce. On this Thanksgiving Day, I'm so thankful for family, he shared. My blood family, my fans, and our haters. We love you too. Especially the haters. The rapper who shares 4 children with Kardashian. 4. Man, they're busy. So they got some stuff going on there. Well, their names are North 8, Saint 5, Chicago 3, and Psalm 2. I swear to God, when I looked at that, I just thought it was coordinates for some place. I didn't know it was kids' names. North 8, Saint 5, Chicago 3, and Psalm 2. I'll meet you there at 100 hours. When on a list of handful of misactions that led to his family's downfall, he credited alcohol consumption, manic episodes, his ego, and his temper. Oh man, was he mean to Kim Kardashian? Was he mean to her? How dare you? How dare you? He said, I would drink to take the stress away, to knock the edge off. What stress? Yeah? Just all you gotta do is wear someone's label and then people buy it because people know you. They pay you for it. You wanna know stresses? Chipmunk chicks? I'll tell you what stresses. I would take a drink to take the stress away. Should be orange juice instead. Get your life together. Drinking affected my health and the health of people around me. I think it says that on the bottle, actually. He confessed because I already had a hair trigger temper, and this just highlighted it. Oh my God. Yee also recalled going into a manic episode in 2016, which Page Six reported at the time, and being placed under heavy medication. Since then, I went on and off the medication, which left me susceptible to other episodes, which my wife and family and fans have had to endure. Blame it on the meds. Blame it on the meds. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. I didn't take my meds. So I bashed everything up and I called you all kinds of names and threatened with death. And you're getting high and higher and higher and higher. We are the champions. The Donda rapper also finally admitted that Kardashian did not approve of his previous support to former President Donald Trump. Oh, God, it's political. Political, especially his decision to wear the controversial Make America Great Again. Doesn't he have any rights? He's got the right to be screwed up, apparently. He said, "My wife did not like me wearing the red hat," he recalled. "Being a good wife, she just wanted to protect me and our family. I made me and our family a target by not aligning with Hollywood's political stance, and that was hard for our marriage. It's Trump's fault." Oh my God. He could do a lot better, man. I got news for you. This chick, she's been around the block for a while. Let's see. But he's got kids with her, so North, North, Saint, Chicago, and some. Ye further declared that his attempt at running for president was a mistake because he was not properly prepared and had zero allies on either side. When no one likes you when you run for president, well, it depends what kind of crap you could talk. I don't think everybody ever hears what he has to say. I didn't even know he was a rapper until like now. The only thing I know about Kanye West is that he made Taylor Swift famous by grabbing the mic from her. And he never should have done that. Never should have done that. She would have went back into the world of obscurity. You would have never heard of her again, man. That would be it. But no, no. So I blame him for that. He said he embarrassed his wife in the way that I presented information about our family during 1 week, and thank God only press conference, whatever, he bitching at people at press conference. That's their life. That's what they do. That's why people buy those stupid magazines in the supermarkets. You know what I mean? Like that. That's their humdrum normal life. You look at these people and you're like, oh my God. At one point, he calls himself very, 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 very attractive, and later joked that his religious arrogance was just got me some Jesus at a Gucci store with a stimulus check. All right. You see, the meltdown. Here we go. The guy's name is Pete Davidson. Meanwhile, Kardashian has been spending one-on-one time with her new beau, Pete Davidson. The two were spotted grabbing breakfast at the Beverly Hills Hotel in Los Angeles. Ooh, you know what that means? That's right. They had breakfast. And they recently holding hands in public to celebrate the Saturday Night Live star's birthday together. Bum, 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 bum. And so this is part two. And then I'm gonna be off these people. Kim is furious at Kanye for embarrassing her with his rants amid her romance with Pete. So now, of course, he's out there talking all kinds of stuff and crap. And if you listen to me reading the article, he went in about 18 different directions and didn't even like focus on anything. I think that's what kind of guy he is anyway. So, despite reports of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's reunion, which didn't happen, amid her romance with Pete Davidson, Kim reportedly wants nothing to do with her estranged husband after his embarrassing pleas on social media asking her to get back together. He's out there with A Rod. They should all have like a band together. Oh, a band of the X's, man. Please, baby, baby. Have remake some of those songs. Some Barry White. Come on, baby. You know you think of me at night. Mm-hmm. Kim, slap that booty. All right. Let's see. Kardashian, 41. I felt she was older than that. Why do I think that? Well, that's really briefly reunited with the rapper 44 at a Louis Vuitton fashion show on November 30th, just recently, a couple of days ago, in honor of their mutual friend, the late Virgil Abloh. Abloh. The former couple were joined by their eldest child, North, 8, at the event. Is that how they always kind of say it? Like North 8? That's irritating, man. I feel like I'm calling a football play. Something going on there. At the event, but just hours before their family outing, a report by The Sun claimed that Kim is furious about Kanye's behavior, which includes his since deleted Thanksgiving prayer video. You mean Ye got rid of he is gone? I was gonna check that out with some popcorn later on, man. So Kim is furious with Kanye's latest public stunt because while Kanye may be out there confessing to strangers, he's not saying these things to her in private. He's making a big deal out of wanting his family back, but as everyone knows, during the marriage, he was never around and always in a different state, a source told the site. And he's been seen with all these different women too. Let's see. So, number one, that's what kind of guy he is. And she should understand that Yee is not going to sit around because Yee has got no time. You ever know one of these guys? You ever know somebody who is on popular on that level, famous on that level? I've known people like that. I've met people like that in my life, especially when I was an entertainment writer. They do not have time for stuff. They don't even know what state they're in half the time. You know, so it's really funny that this is what she's choosing the obvious things. That's a very obvious thing, you know, and it's really funny though because all right, here we go. Let's see. In addition to North, a couple shares. Oh yeah, we got all that. So all right. So all right. As far as the rest of the Kardashian family, the makes of what Kanye's latest stunts are, according to the source. They think he's be cruel and immature. That's what, so he's being cruel and immature, sharing his pain with the world. He's like one of those coyotes, man, or like a wolf up on top of a hill at night. Oh, and there's always like reporters running around, peckering around. Oh, Kim Kardashian booty's not mine anymore. Oh, but he should be saying these things to her, right? While she's hanging out with Pete Davidson. That's her transition dude, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. The insider notes that he's embarrassed her yet again. He's trying to change the narrative and make people feel sorry for him. It won't work. On Thanksgiving Day 2021, Kanye posted an impassioned 5-minute video in which he stated he wanted to get back together with his estranged wife. Let's see. The rapper went on to address how his many misactions from his hair trigger temper, alcohol, pills, not taking his pills, taking too many pills, that spurred the whole thing. Kanye also acknowledged how his political support for Trump screwed things up. I love that. So good. Serves you right for having your own mind. You know what I mean? You're talking about Kim Kardashian. She she's literally the icon of every like gold digger out. Like I'm not saying she's a gold digger. I'm saying the women who follow her that want to be like that like that fakeness and like just everything. You ever watch these Hollywood wives? I see commercials for it sometimes. And a lot of them are just older and they're kind of pruned up from the sun. They were trophy wives at one time, and now they've just been in it long enough where they're in it. just listening to the stuff they say and the world that they're in. Who really wants to be part of that world? I don't know, man. So Pete Davidson, apparently, right? So I don't know. Guilty by association, man. Which brings me to poor Dave Chappelle. Now, Dave Chappelle, I love the guy, man. Love him to death. I think he's a very funny comedian. I think that you know what I think. I think that he's old school in a way where a lot of his humor now is unwanted by a certain small segments of society that have a very large media footprint and voice. So then of course he gets targeted and they call him out on the carpet. So this whole thing happened, I guess, when he made some remarks about transvestites, transsexuals, and whatever in his comedy routine. And on Netflix employees were walking out because it's the cancel culture. So if they don't like it, they're gonna walk out the door. So it's the employees, the people like that decide the content that goes out, right? Ridiculous, but it's happening. It's what's happening, right? So let me go and do this. All right. He so then his school, the school that he went to, his high school, which isn't, he comes off like he's grew up in the ghetto, and he's his roots are like gangster roots or whatever. It's just kind of his routine, and he's nothing from further. I mean, his parents are school teachers, right? And he went to a very good school. So this school, because of a donation from him apparently, was going to rename their theater after Dave Chappelle. And a couple of the students was like, "Oh, he's like transvestites. He's the terrible things. Oh, we don't want him here." And it spawned this whole thing. Now, he seems like a logical guy to me. He seems like someone who is intelligent, uh, learned. You know, I think he reacts emotionally. I don't think there's enough people around him looking out for him when he reacts emotionally. The people that will tell you stop, that you respect. You know what I mean? That or you have to have your own personal shut off valve. So it all starts. Let me see. All right. All right. Dave Chappelle's high school to rename theater after comic, regardless of fundraising contest outcome. So whether they raise the money or not, they're going to rename it after him because he's the most famous guy that went there. I went to school. Howard Stern went there. Nobody cares about that. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody even wants to mention it. You know, what's your face went there too, man. Amy Schumer, Dave Attell too, wherever the hell he is. My school produced a lot of freaks, including me. There's something in the water. In addition to addressing the renaming, the school made it very clear it stood by the comic's recent visit and said media reports describe the interactions with students were inaccurate. All right, let me get past this. So they didn't want him there. He went there anyway. He went there to have a question and answer segment with the school, with the kids, right? How you ever watch his show now, he likes to kind of, it's like an AA meeting or something. He kind of sits down and they were, goes through all these things. Now you have to understand young people today are not going to respond to that. And he could have handled this a million different ways, but this is the best way he thought, and he was trying to, strike some kind of or create some kind of bridge between the groups. The kids who are complaining and the parents who back them, they have no interest whatsoever in truth or fairness or equality. The only thing they're interested in is the cancel culture and taking a stance, and it's all about the way they look. That's the only thing they care about. When you delve into these people's backgrounds, they're usually terrible people, and they're out there, out there for a cause, but then they don't they're ineffectual. They don't do anything. But they kind of just claim that they're the head of the committee, but yet the committee doesn't do anything. And I've researched this type of stuff. So anyway, so Dave Chappelle went to his alma mater, Duke Ellington School of the Arts in Washington, D.C., and met with students on Tuesday, November 23rd. Let's see. Chappelle made an unannounced visit to his old school and spoke for about an hour with around 580 students. The visit comes on the heels of the school postponing a fundraiser for the theater named after the comedian after students threatened to protest the event. Chappelle came with cameras rolling, even though he asked the students in attendance to put their cell phones away. And Chappelle was reportedly announced with a mix of applause and boos. There was a question and answer portion where the issues came up. A student called Chappelle a bigot and said that Chappelle handled the controversy around his latest Netflix special, The Closer, like a child. You did it like a child. Oh my God. Let's see. Right. So Chappelle reportedly responded by saying, "My friend, with all due respect, I don't believe you could make one of the decisions I have to make on a given day." Basically, Dave Chappelle said, "Kid, you don't know shit about shit. If you in a box of it in a mouthful, you don't know it. My life is complicated. I gotta do shows, gotta make money, gotta bring that money home." Things continued to devolve from there. According to the students, the crowd felt like Chappelle laughed at the students, questioned, or didn't respond seriously to them. They, the comic didn't respond seriously to them. At one point, a student left and said to Chappelle, and then Chappelle said, "Of course she left early." He's like heckling the students, heckling them. So where did he think this was going to go? Dave Chappelle. At another point, Chappelle told the students, uh, "I'm I'm better than every instrumental artist, no matter what art you do in this school right now. I'm better than all of you. I'm sure that will change. I'm sure you'll be household names soon." The frick was that all about? I'm better. I'm better than you. You mock me? I got a limousine. What do you have? I own lots of stuff. You've got nothing. Nothing but that box of shit and your mouth full of it. Bah! Although the meetup was tense, Chappelle came with gifts. He learned that from Oprah. Remember, that's Oprah, under your chair. Under your chair, I left a box of shit. You better get used to it because that's your life. Ah! Chappelle came with gifts. The comedian gave out 600 Thanksgiving meals and tickets to a screening of his new documentary, Untitled. My new documentary called "No One Wants to See This Shit." Come on, man. Give out 600 Thanksgiving meals to all these little well-to-do kids. I give you coupons to McDonald's and you scoff on it. How dare you? Andrew Yang, remember Andrew Yang, ran for president? He Mr. the math guy, the guy with the math. I like Andrew Yang, actually. He's a little too liberal for my taste, but I like him. Andrew Yang, who Chappelle endorsed, during his presidential run in 2020, came to the comic's defense after the story started to make waves. Andrew Yang wrote, "The press hit job on his visiting his high school is awful. Successful alum who fundraises for school returns, speaks for the students, and gives everyone a free meal for Thanksgiving. But of course, in 2021, an obvious positive gesture is framed negatively in the media." That's what Mr. Yang said. He should have just kept it simple and said, "It ain't right. It ain't right." You know, what do you think about Andrew Yang? What do you think about Dave Chappelle and his crap going on? It ain't right. Anyway, so you know what? So during the meeting of Dave Chappelle and the students, and he should have brought an interpreter with him. He should have found a couple teenagers, you know, in that realm, famous kids, 16, 17, who can kind of convey the information to that crowd at the high school, man. Something social media, one of those influencers. I don't know, man. Maybe Britney Spears. They seem to like her. I know they don't. She's irrelevant. You need someone who can talk to the kids. You need you need younger people to do that. That's why it doesn't work when Madonna's trying to do it. She's an old lady. These kids look at her like an old lady. You know that? So Dave Chappelle uh called a bigot, drops the N word during his contentious visit to his old high school. These are going to just be all the headlines. It's contentious. Now, if you hadn't gone there, nobody can say anything except the gripes that they already have, right? By going there, you gave them new, new, a new target, new fodder, and these people are going to twist whatever you do and say. Those people are going to twist it and turn it into something negative that they can spew out to their little buddies in the media, and then they put it all over the place, right? You can read an article and know the person that wrote that article, whose side they're on, or if they're impartial. It's very easy to tell, right? So Dave Chappelle had a contentious encounter with students at his old high school, giving out Thanksgiving dinners to McDonald's, and his new documentary, Go F Yourself. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, and so this is a special that they were referring. In the special, which was released in October, Chappelle made several jokes about transgendered people, defending J.K. Rowling's anti-trans comments, and went as far to declare himself Team TERF. TERF is the acronym for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist. His comments were met with immense criticism because people can't take a joke anymore about anything, and everybody's offended about everything. You can't take a joke anymore. Oh, I'm offended. Give me a break, man. There's offensive, yeah. There's racism, yeah. There's bigotry, yeah. But this guy's telling jokes. He's a successful black man in America exercising his right to free speech. He is not spewing out hate talk and putting people down. He's actually putting out there what he sees as funny, which is why people go to his shows. You know what I mean? In response to the special and Chappelle's subsequent reaction, one student reportedly called him a bigot, adding, "I'm 16 and I think you're childish. You handled it like a child." The comedian responded by saying, "My friend, with all due respect, I don't believe you know a goddamn thing about anything. Sit down and shut up." I read that before anyway, so my version's better. That's probably what he was thinking. But let's see. I think he got to the point where he was bragging. Another student told Chappelle that his comedy kills. He responded by dropping the N word. He said, "N word? N words are killed every day, he stated before asking, the media's not here, right? Trying to get all political. Trying to get all your comedy kills, sir. I saw someone die laughing the other day because of your show. You're a beast. Beastly man. Chappelle also singled out a student who walked away. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't like what happened to this dude, and here they are making him the sacrificial lamb. You know, this, you know what, I don't know, man. I mean, Dave Chappelle has made a lot of headway for other black entertainers. That's a huge deal. Anybody who doesn't recognize that doesn't understand the industry and what it does to people and the whole bit. I think that it's comedy. You don't like it, you turn the channel. He's not out there spewing hate, telling you go out and hurt somebody, go out and hit somebody, go out and do some violence. They don't talk about those people. Remember all those riots? Well, Trump was in there or whatever. How many riots were there? Where they burned down police stations and they killed people, they hurt people. And what happened? How come nobody was held accountable? No, they don't do that. Because that there's a part of society that wants people to be flipping out, right? So then you have this. This is going on a lot, and this is in this is the wrong story, man. What the hell happened? That's weird. Anyway, let me go back. These mobs are going through stores, Nordstrom's, places like that, and then they're stealing. They're emptying out the shelves. They're doing it in New York. They're doing it in L.A. They're doing it all over. So what do you say to people that do that? What do you say to these mobs of people that are doing it? And what about, you're not allowed to criticize at all because they're misunderstood criminals? Is that what the deal is? So I don't get that whole thing. And the police standing there with their hands in their pockets. A lot of occasions, cops are going after them and they're getting beaten up or whatever. But now you have these gangs in New York City, especially going through restaurants, going in 15, 20 people, robbing people while they're eating a meal, taking their cell phones, taking their money, taking their stuff, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're faced with a gang of people with weapons. So that's what like New York City is becoming. Then you have De Blasio, the mayor of New York, okaying these safe injection sites for people to go and get their heroin shot up. So you take your heroin, you go there, they load the needle, you shoot up in their injection site, right? This is the city that they want, just like the movie Escape from New York. That's right. That's right. But the abject stupidity. Here you go. Anti vaccine Christian broadcaster Marcus Lamb dies at 64 after contracting COVID 19. Another one. I don't believe no COVID. Dead. It's with a heavy heart we announce that Marcus Lamb, president and founder of Daystar Television Network, went home to be with the Lord this morning. Maybe the Lord needed him. Did they ever think of that? You ever think of that? The family asked that their privacy be respected and that they grieve this difficult loss. Lamb's son, Jonathan Lamb, filled in for his father, little preacher Jr., to his listeners for prayer for the father's recovery. He broadcasted and beseeched listeners to pray for his father's recovery from COVID-19. Guess they didn't. Guess they didn't. Eh? What happened to that? All the money he's raised for God not to be not to be saved. But this guy's out there saying don't get vaccinated. COVID-19 vaccine is going to kill you. All this other stuff. And here's another one. He's another one who had bit the dust because of his own ignorance and stupidity. Especially he's on this radio network broadcasting to all these Christians, telling them the same stupid stuff. Come on, man. We can really feel the prayers of the people. There you go. Oh man. Well, I feel bad for anyone out there that gets brainwashed by these lunatics, and your family needs you to be alive. They need you. So you need to go out and get your vaccine. You need to go out and become part of the solution. Your family needs you. You look at it like that. Don't be selfish. Don't say my body, my right, whatever. Yeah, sure it is, but it's a global pandemic, so it's a public health emergency, right? And then people are losing their minds left and right. You see the shooters going into schools, going into malls, going into places. As closer we get to Christmas, the more it's going to be. Here's a story: woman with mental illness wielding a shovel is killed by highly trained deputies. There you go. Jessica Hernandez, 14, was off from school for Veterans Day, sitting at her kitchen table, and heard a man yelling, "Stop, stop, stop." Then three or four gunshots. When she looked out the window, she saw a woman now identified as 24-year-old Jessariam Hiwaya Rivera laying on the ground, and Polk County Sheriff Sergeant Sean Speakman running to his car to retrieve medical units. Well, a medical pack. So let's see. Let's get on with this. So in a few moments that afternoon, everything Speakman was trained to do, help mentally ill people through his 17-year law enforcement career, collided with a woman whose family said and documents show that she has mental problems, history of a bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, and drug abuse following, especially the death of her father in 2011. So she's been all along, 2011 till now, 10 years of going off the wall. This is why you put people away in facilities who can't care for themselves. Every time I see a story of one of these guys wigging out, I think that they should have been under medical care, But then here they are out in public. I know a case in Ithaca. This woman, there was a domestic dispute. She barricaded herself in the bathroom. The two cops walk in. She jumps out of the bathroom with a knife in her hand, plunges it into the neck of the one cop, kills him. And he was a few months away from retirement, of course, a wife and three kids. And then the other guy the other cop shot her, and the community went out against the cop. You know, so they expect people to be, you have some kind of stun phaser. Well, they got stun guns, but this we are in a mental health crisis in the United States of America, and it also echoes throughout the world. There's not enough help for people out there that are suffering, and they are going to explode. They're going to explode. They're going to explode. So, man, I got so much more to talk about. So much more, but so little time. And I don't think that we even have the time to talk about it. This one's cool. I think we got 3 minutes. My coworker stinks. Should I say something to her? Okay. Well, it's one of the benefits to social distancing. Assuming 6 feet apart isn't enough to diffuse the odor. Sounds like you've been in extended isolation. I should read the thing. We've returned to the office of my colleague who sits next to me has an unpleasant odor. I don't recall this from working with her before. Should I say something to her? What would you guys do if you work with a stink bag? Would you say, "Oh my God, you're disgusting"? Ugh. I'll say, "All right." So this person goes into a thing. Let's get past this. Let's see. You have to ask yourself a question: is it offensive, or is it just an overpowering fragrance? Is it a body odor? Most people assume that's a hygiene issue when it could be related to poor body, poor self care. Is it a medical condition? Is it under the person's control? You know, unless the two of you are close friends, it's a highly delicate situation. So, use it like one of those post-it note. Leave it there on their computer screen. You smell. You're funkifying the air. I need to file an environmental impact suit because you stank. Let's see. All right. I don't know. What would you guys do? I just thought that was kind of funny, man. like people going back to work, and that's what they're thinking about. They should be thinking about, there's a person that have COVID-19 and they're going to give it to me, man. So be safe, be careful. Wear your masks, get vaccinated, do your hands, stay away from large groups of people. Forget this Christmas, do what you do. Send your little cards to people, do your little thing. You can have your Christmas goose with your Christmas pudding, with your Christmas crapola, all unto yourselves, man. Be safe. The life that you save may be somebody else's. You know what? Think about that. So I'll see you guys next week on the Red Pill News. Take the red pill. God damn it. Bye.